In this video, we're going to talk about the order of operations. These are a bunch of rules that tell you the steps you have to follow to simplify an expression that has all sorts of operations like multiplication, addition, subtraction, division. So what are these steps? Imagine them to be actual steps. First, look for all the parentheses and brackets in the expression and simplify them. Once you're done, you can move on to the next step. Look for the exponents in the expression, and these are the little numbers you see in the top right corner. Then do the multiplication and division, and finally deal with the addition and subtraction. Here's an example. We have to simplify 100 divided by 20 multiplied by 5. We'll keep the figure here to remind us of the steps. The first step is to look for parentheses and brackets. Do we have any? No. So we can move on to the next step. Do we have any exponents? Again, we don't. Do we have any multiplication or division? Yes. We have the division sign between 100 and 20 and the multiplication sign between 20 and 5. Notice how in the figure we have multiplication and division together. We don't have a step for multiplication then another for division. That means that these two signs have the same priority. So which one should you solve first? Should we multiply first or divide? The rule is you don't choose. Whenever you have multiple operations that have the same level of priority together, you work your way in order from left to right. So here we'll have to divide 100 by 20 first, which gives us 5. Then multiply that 5 by the one in the expression, and that's 25. But why is it important to solve it that way? Let's take the same expression and solve it by multiplying first. So 20 times 5 is 100. Divide the 100 in the expression by the answer and you'll get 1. 1 and 25 are not the same. So we solved the same problem following different steps and we got vastly different results. So the bottom line here is that you will always get an answer, but there's only one correct answer. So why do we need that correct answer? Math is a language that helps us understand the world, just like English or any other language helps us understand other people. And just like grammar, math has its own set of rules which were designed by mathematicians so that we'd all get the same answer when solving the same problem. For example, engineering and medicine employ math as a tool in research and design. So you might need to apply these rules in the process of designing a house or operating machines or any other application. If every engineer, for example, decided to calculate things differently, the results would be catastrophic. You don't want the house you built to collapse because the measurements each engineer got were different. That's why we need a standard way of doing things. Here's another example. We have 2 multiplied by 6 plus 10 divided by 5 minus 5 squared. The first step is to look for parentheses, and we don't have any here. Next, do we have any exponents, any powers? We do. We have 5 squared, which is 5 times 5, and that's 25. Next, we have to multiply and divide. In the expression, we have 2 times 6 and 10 divided by 5. Since these operations have the same priority, let's work our way from left to right. We have 2 times 6, which is 12, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. The final step is to add and subtract. Again, in order from left to right, we have 12 plus 2, which is 14, and 14 minus 25, which gives us negative 11. Up to this point, we have not seen expressions that have any parentheses. So what do we do when we have them? Let's see how with one more example. Here we have 2 plus 2 multiplied by the expression between the parentheses, which is 6 plus 10 divided by 5. Now, according to the order of operations, we have to do the parentheses first. So when you have parentheses, the first step is to isolate the expression between them. So we'll take 6 plus 10 divided by 5 and isolate it. Then, simplify this expression using the same steps. Do we have any parentheses? No. Any exponents? No. Multiplication and division, we have 10 divided by 5, which is 2. Then we're left with 6 plus 2, which is 8, and that's your answer. Now, take the answer and plug it back into the main expression. And the main expression now becomes 2 plus 2 multiplied by 8. Now, simplify the main expression using the same steps. And at this point, we shouldn't have any parentheses because we have already dealt with them in the first step. And we don't have any exponents here. Multiplying 2 times 8 is 16. And finally, 16 plus 2 is 18.